Sorey is a 17-year-old boy who became an orphan after the destruction of his village, Camlann. He was then adopted by a seraph named Zenrus and grew up in the village of Elysia, which is a home of divine beings called Seraphim. In this village, he is the only human among them. One day, while exploring some ruins, Sorey meets a girl who identifies him as the shepherd, the only one who has the power to defeat the Lord of Calamity. In ancient times, Seraphim were worshipped by humanity because they used to save people from darkness by using their powers of fire, earth, water, and air. Humans and Seraphim lived together in harmony for a long time, but humans started to fight each other, causing calamity and generating negative emotions and impurity known as malevolence. This malevolence can transform any living and dead human into monsters called hellions. As a result, their connection with Seraphim was shattered. Humans are now unable to see or hear Seraphim, and only the noble one called the Shepherd can see and interact with them. As a child, Sorey came into possession of a book called the Celestial Record, and from that point on, he was fascinated with ancient ruins. One day, Sorey ventures out along with his best friend Mikleo, the Seraph of Water, and finds a sealed ruin. He believes that the sealed ruin is the capital of Seraphim where humans and Seraphim used to live together, so they decide to explore it. However, his grandfather Gramps appears and forbids them from exploring the ruin. Later, he tells Mikleo about the legends mentioned in the Celestial Record of the Shepherd's arrival when the world will be in danger. To bridge the connection between humans and Seraphim, the two sneak into the ruins where Sorey finds many ancient murals. Suddenly, darkness covers the cloud and lightning strikes them. They run and dodge lightning, but both accidentally fall into a pit where they find an unconscious human girl named Elysia. After waking up, Elysia asks Sorey if he is a shepherd and tells him that she is in desperate need of the shepherd's help to save the world engulfed with darkness and calamities. Sorey brings her to his village, Elysia. She pleads to the Seraphims for help, even though she can't see or hear them, but her pleas seem to go unheard, making her question the legends of Seraphim. All villagers and his Gramps instruct Sorey to send Elysia back before she brings calamity to their village. However, he convinces Gramps to let her stay because he wants to help her. In the following days, he spends time with Elysia and learns that she lives in Lady Lake, the capital of Highland, where the legend of the Sacred Blade Festival takes place. In this festival, people participate in the trial of the blade, and whoever takes out the sacred blade will become the shepherd. But nobody has taken it out as of yet. One day, Sorey learns that Elysia has lost her friends because of the chaos in the world. He tells her that the prophecies of the Celestial Records are real, giving her hope, and reveals his dream of investigating ancient ruins all over the world to reunite humans and Seraphim. Before leaving, Elysia reveals that she trusts the legends more now after feeling the presence of Seraphim in the village. After she leaves, a hellion intrudes into their village. Sorey and Mikleo chase after the intruder and stop the hellion from killing a Seraphim. Sorey charges forward to strike the hellion with his sword, but the hellion chokes him and throws him around. After dodging his attack, Mikleo interrupts the hellion from attacking Sorey using his magical icicles. Sorey takes this chance and corners the hellion by landing a heavy blow in his stomach, but the hellion runs away. Later, Sorey realizes that the hellion's true target was Elysia and decides to leave his village to save her. Mikleo joins him on his journey and shows him Elysia's blade he found in a ruin earlier. It has a royal crest on it, meaning she is most probably a princess. Sorey and Mikleo reach the capital of Highland, Lady Lake, with the help of a girl named Rose, who gives them a merchant pass allowing them to enter any city freely. They are both amazed after seeing the beautiful city and lively people enjoying the Sacred Blade Festival. Later, they encounter the hellion who was after Elysia and decide to chase him. Before running away, he reveals to them that Princess Elysia is the target of assassination, so he is not the only one they should look out for. Sorey and Mikleo enter the palace where the trial of the blade is being held. He notices that no human except him can see the Lady of the Lake, a seraph of fire residing beside the blade. When the final trial of the festival ends, Elysia announces to the crowd that they will not fight with their neighbor Rollins. They will only strike back when Rollins attacks them first. The malevolence inside the palace increases after hearing her speech because of the disappointment and fear in the audience. Suddenly, a hellion engulfed in flames breaks into the palace due to the intense malevolence around. Sorey quickly approaches Elysia to protect her from the assassin, but she asks him to deal with the hellion instead. Sorey asks the Lady of the Lake named Lila to help him, but she tells him that only the shepherd can purify hellions. He then realizes that his dream aligns with what a shepherd is supposed to do and decides to pull out the blade, forming an ancient contract with Lila, making her a sub-lord and him a shepherd's vessel. This means he can use abilities like purification, sensing malevolence, and other powers beyond humankind by calling sub-lords by their ancient names given by him. After becoming a shepherd, Sorey unleashes his true power and strikes the hellion with his sword engulfed in flames, then purifies the hellion by using his flaming sword. He then collapses after the battle due to the excessive use of power. He wakes up, and Elysia gives him the shepherd's attire as a gift to show gratitude for saving them from hellion attacks. Sorey introduces Micleo and Lila to her, but realizes that she can't see or hear them. Under Lila's guidance, he starts to concentrate while holding Elysia's hand, managing to let Elysia communicate with Lila and Micleo for a short time. Sorey and his group go out into town where he notices that streets are filled with banners bearing the shepherd's crest, making him realize the burden and hope that the shepherd carries alone. Suddenly, Sorey feels nauseated and dizzy after sensing a powerful malevolence in the town. He looks around and finds a sealed ruin where the malevolence is coming from. He unlocks the door of the ruins with Elysia's royal sword, and the group enters the ruins. However, hellions suddenly attack them. Sorey disperses them with the power of his sword, whereas Lila successfully purifies them with her power of flames. After dealing with the hellions, they find the bones of dead people who were secretly killed for rebelling against the royal family. Their strong desire for revenge and grudges are the source of malevolence in the town. Lila tells Sorey that the shepherd's true goal is to purify the creator of hellions and the source of malevolence called the Lord of Calamity, who can change the world with his abnormal amount of malevolence. She suggests that he should prepare and find solutions to deal with the Lord of Calamity before facing him in the future. Suddenly, the earth beneath Lady Lake starts to be disrupted due to the excessive presence of malevolence. They escape from the ruin and find a dragon inside a tornado. Sorey tries to stop the dragon from reaching the castle, but fortunately, the dragon leaves the town, making everyone think that Sorey chased it away. Later, Sorey meets Elysia and learns that she is going to Marlin to help people who are inflicted by the plague. He reveals his next destination to her, Rayful Spirit Crest, where he can find more clues regarding dragons. The next day, Sorey finds out that Micleo left Lady Lake to get the legendary divine artifact so he can protect himself. Sorey understands his reasons and decides to go to continue his next destination with Lila. Sorey and Lila reach Rayful and meet Edna, the Seraph of the Earth, who is being attacked by a hellion. Edna uses her earth power to defeat the hellion, but the hellion stands up again. Sorey then steps forward and strikes the hellion with his flaming sword multiple times to purify him. However, he realizes his attacks are not affecting the hellion because of the strong malevolence. Zaviad, the Seraph of Air, appears and interrupts their fight by killing and burning the hellion using his gun. Suddenly, a dragon appears to attack them. Zaviad reveals that this dragon is Edna's brother, Eisen, who he truly wants to kill. Lila informs Sorey that he can't purify Eisen because he has become a fully manifested dragon with strong malevolence. He saves Edna from the dragon attack and takes her to a safe place. There, she explains to him that Eisen was a Seraphim who used to love humans, but one day he suddenly became a dragon. Sorey becomes determined to find a way to purify the hellion and intervenes in Zaviad and Eisen's fight. He fiercely attacks the dragon with his blade multiple times but gets injured when Eisen slams him into a cliff. Despite his weak state, he rushes to save Edna from the dragon's fire breathing but notices that Eisen has stopped breathing fire because he is hesitant to attack his sister. Eisen flies away from the scene. After this fight, Zaviad promises that he will not kill Eisen unless Edna gives up on bringing him back. Zaviad now agrees to form an ancient contract with Sorey to become his sub-lord. In return, Sorey must find a way to purify her brother. The trio then sets off to their next destination, Rowlands, where according to legends, people used to worship dragons as gods in ancient times. On his way, Sorey meets Elysia's companions and assists them in fighting a Hellion who is causing a storm. Sorey forms a rock shield on his arms to protect himself and hits the Hellion with a heavy punch while dodging his water ball attacks. Suddenly, a young dragon called Drake appears and injures the Hellion by attacking him. Young dragons can be purified, so Sorey lands his finishing blow on the Hellion and rushes forward to purify the Drake. However, the Drake manages to fly away. Sorey finds out where the Drake is heading and then goes to Marland. He notices a huge amount of malevolence in this city and deduces that the plague is caused by the Drake. Sorey meets Elysia and discovers that his resonance has improved, allowing people to hear the Seraphim more easily in his presence. Elysia breaks down in front of him and tells him that nothing seems to be working to cure the plague. Suddenly, the Drake appears again, now on the verge of becoming a full dragon. Sorey blocks the Drake's fireballs with his sword and jumps forward to strike him. The Drake attacks Lila with his fireballs, forcing Sorey to put himself in danger to protect her. Mikleo appears with his divine artifact, a bow, and blocks the flames with its powers. Mikleo agrees to form an ancient contract with Sorey. Sorey gets a new form and uses his newly gained bow to shoot the Drake with its beaming arrow, successfully purifying him. Later, Elysia informs Sorey that Counselor Bartlow has ordered the troops to march toward Glaven Basin, the border between Highland and Rowlands, to incite war. Sorey decides to join Elysia in her journey to stop the war, but Lila tries to stop him because war will generate lots of malevolence from grief and pain, which may engulf Sorey. On his way, Sorey encounters a Hellionized human filled with malevolence due to the guilt of killing someone. Sorey purifies the human Hellion and starts feeling sentimental, but this incident only makes his resolve to stop the war stronger. Because he doesn't want people to fall into malevolence and calamity, Sorey, with Elysia and her troops, heads towards Glaven Basin. On their way, Sorey tells Elysia that he will only help her stop the war from starting to fulfill his duty as a shepherd. However, if war breaks out, he will not take anyone's side. Later at night, Mikleo asks Sorey to take a break from his shepherd's duty and invites him to explore a nearby ruin. After reaching Glaven Basin, Sorey witnesses the chaos and destruction of war and gets shocked by seeing how thousands of soldiers are contributing to the creation of Hellions with their malevolence. Sorey feels discomfort with the overflowing malevolence but still jumps into the battlefield with his sub-lords to purify every Hellion. He first strikes Hellions with his flaming sword to burn them and then uses his earth power to punch them with his rock shield. In the end, he attacks Hellions with his arrow squall move, which shoots purification arrows at all Hellions, successfully purifying each and every single one of them. After the war ends, Sorey learns about Elysia's injury and runs back to see her. He asks her to become his squire so that both can help each other prevent wars from happening in the world. Elysia accepts his offer and forms an ancient contract with him. As a result, she gains the ability to see the Seraphims and starts shedding tears of joy. The next day, the Hellion responsible for injuring Elysia comes to attack him. Before they part ways, Sorey starts losing himself to anger but quickly starts to control his emotions and purifies the Hellion. Rose then joins him on his next adventure to become stronger and defeat Heldalf. While on this journey, they encounter various challenges and Hellions that they must overcome. Watch this next video to see the continuation of their adventures.